When I think galaxies, I really don't think pink. But apparently that's what Colorverse was thinking, because today, we're taking a look at Colorverse Andromeda. When I think galaxies, this is kind of what comes to mind. Here we have the Andromeda Galaxy, at least as far as the Wikipedia entry is concerned. And what's on display is blue, red, orange, and a little bit of yellow. But not pink. So why did Colorverse go with this to represent this? In this mini bottle is a pretty bold color, and I think that I can give Colorverse a pass for the color choice that they chose, because they had to pair this color with something, and I guess Andromeda just made sense when they were figuring out the names. Either way, I think it's a good color, and you'll see why a little bit later on in this video. We've been through the packaging before on the other mini bottles with the pipettes and everything else. There's no stickers, so there's really no real need to look at this. And, I mean, it's a 5 milliliter bottle that's shaped like a teardrop. It's the smaller version of the bigger version. Now, first up, we've got the ink blot. As you can see here on the right, this is starting in the deeper mids, and it pretty much just stays there. There's not really any shading difference from the lightest portions here at the bottom to, I guess, the darker portions here at the top. It's literally just one profile all the way through. And that continues over here as well. It's pretty much just all deep mid. And even when we get into the transition period here, it does fade over into kind of a yellowish goldish sheen. But aside from that, it just becomes a velvet version of the midtones. But I do find it lacking. I think this color could have done so much better if it had had a much broader shading profile. Maybe if this little bit of a light portion here just showed through a little bit more in the ink, I think I would be drawn to it a lot more. But as it is, it's pink. Purplish pink? Plink? I don't know. Let me know what color you think this is down below. I'm gonna stick with plink, because that just seems right to me. Moving on over to the dry times, what we have is actually a pretty good result, especially out of this broad-nibbed pen. We're looking at being completely dry between 25 and 30 seconds here on Rhodia, and when we switch on over to Tomoe, okay, I lied. This isn't a good result. I was trying to find something nice to say about it, and I probably shouldn't have tried. This is a slow-drying ink, and honestly, I find myself disappointed. I really do. Colorverse, you can do better. I've seen you do better. Why do we have a 30-second dry time? Well, more than 30-second dry time. I haven't seen inks this bad since Andromeda, and I think they got their stuff together. I'll have to go back through and look at those. But this is unacceptable. This is a good color. Get it to dry quicker. Please. That's all I'm asking of you, Colorverse. Get this to dry quicker. After that little rant, I guess really the only other thing to discuss would be the water performance, so let's go ahead and get some water on the page. And yeah, as you can see, with water on the page, we're getting a fair amount of color lift here. There's no two ways about it. It's really going to come down to, though, what we see when we get the water off the page. So let's go ahead, fast forward a little bit, and get the water off the page. I honestly don't know if this makes things better or worse. The more I look at the performance here, and how much is actually left on the page after getting soaked, I'm disappointed in the other performance indicators even more. If this could shade better, if this could sheen better, if this could dry quicker, this ink would be, I mean, honestly, this would be the first pink ink that I've reviewed where I've actually been impressed. Everything else has kind of just been middle of the road, and this is joining that. Yes, it's got good water performance, but between the dry time and the flat color profile, that's not really helping much. But okay, inkedwell, I hear you say. You're being overly critical. Yes, I kind of am. Maybe that's just my nature. There's a reason I wasn't able to script this review out, because every time I tried, it just ended up being a 3,000 word rant of why I didn't like this ink. So let's move past the KPIs, which, as you can tell, are kind of where my sticking point is, and move over to the writing sample. Maybe during that, I'll come up with some things that are really nice about this ink. First up for this one is Tomoe River Paper. Like I was saying, this is a very one-note color, and it definitely shows here on TR. As we're writing, there's a lot of ink going onto the page, and you can see as I smear across the page, there's nothing holding up. If you want to use a pink ink on TR, don't use this one. It's never going to dry, and if you're the type of person that writes more than one page, you're going to have to wait more than 30 seconds, probably closer to a minute, before you can go from that last line on the paper to flipping the page over. Maybe I'm a one-off here, and I look at inks for being able to write for more than one page at a time. If you're one of those people that can handle a slower drying ink, and you are okay with the deep color that you're seeing here out of Broad Nib from the Kaweco Sport, then sure, give this ink a try if that's your thing. At least with the 5 milliliter bottle, you're not out too much money if you end up not liking it. Moving on over to Rhodia, we do get a little bit of a better performance, and maybe that's where this ink would shine for more people. It's still on the deeper side of the ink, but for half a second here, you can see it trying to add some dynamic range. You've got to give it the participation ribbon for that. I mean, seriously, bravo Colorverse, it gets that participation ribbon. I'm proud of you. But once we get past that point, I'm not really seeing much here. I'm seeing a narrower line width, so it is behaving differently between the two papers, but there's still just so much ink being put onto the page that I'm not really able to justify recommending this one. The base color is a good color. It has good water performance, but if an ink can't dry, it can't be used in my daily collection. If I'm wrong, let me know down below in the comments. Also, let me know what alternative to this color you would like to see me review. Show me that there's a pink ink out there that would fit in my collection, because I really want one. I just haven't found it yet. And that's going to do it for our look at Colorverse Andromeda. If you managed to make it this far and through all the ranting, then kudos to you. You're a far better person than I happen to be. Aside from that though, if you found the video helpful, hit that like button, get subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.